Today I learned about the Hunger Games, and by today I mean at like 1 a.m. today. I learned what the premise of the story is, but of course I can't share that with you because if you haven't read them yet, then that would be really mean. And for a long time in my life, people would always be like, hey, have you read the Hunger Games yet? And I'd be like, oh, no, I haven't, sorry. And they'd be like, oh, well, let me tell you every detail of the plot. And I'd be like, gee, thanks. You're a sweetheart. But aside from the plot, I think I've also learned why so many people love the Hunger Games. And not just the writing, although Suzanne Collins' writing is phenomenal. I'm usually really turned off by future tense. I don't know why, I just like things being in the past. But it's really, like, I just got used to it pretty much immediately, and it didn't bother me as much as it usually does. And it's just, oh, and it's so good. It's just brilliantly written, and everything is but perfectly described, is vivid enough, but not so much that it's overwhelming. And I love the character of Katniss. It's just, she's real and relatable, and oh, it's just really well written. It's good. Go read it. But beyond the writing, I've also discovered why people really find these books to be so addictive. It does such a great job of giving you enough information for you to feel really engaged in the story, but not so much so that you don't lose that feeling of, I have to keep reading. I completely understood everything the protagonist stood for emotionally, but it wasn't until page 15 that I was even sure she was a girl. There's just so many details that you don't know, that you need to know, but not knowing them doesn't affect your experience of the book. I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but it's a really well-written book. I really recommend it, and I'm glad I finally learned why so many people are obsessed with it, and now I can join in their obsession. Well, goodbye. Happy January 3rd.